Thank you again, Dr. Julie. So she had called me a while back to let me know about this event if I was interested in coming and speaking, and I looked at my calendar. So this morning, I live near Sacramento. We had our 5th annual Red, White, and Blue Fun Run that supports women veterans. So we did the fun run. I don't run. I don't walk either there. So I was just there, having the event. So I quickly got on the plane, came down here, and was able to get into my gown here. So again, thank you all for being here. So what I wanted to, in a sense, plant a seed with you, and we've already started that with Kieran, who started it as well. When you think of a veteran, who do you think of?
You. My daddy.
Most of you probably think of an old guy in a ball cap. Honestly. So how can we change that? And all of you here today, and hopefully too, that's going to change your mind. And I'm so glad we had it this week. I don't know if any of you know what happened on what June 12th is. Anybody? Oh, there we go. Women Veterans Recognition Day. Why is that significant? 75 years ago, President Truman signed an act to officially allow women to join the military, to be officially in the military. We've been serving since the Revolutionary War. But it wasn't until an act of Congress to sign to say we can be in the military. Granted, there was a lot of, but you can't do this, but you can't do that. If you're pregnant, you can't serve, you got to get out. I mean, there's a lot of different course provisions regulations when it comes to that. But also too, another good thing that came out of that is, so if a woman did serve before 75 years ago, when she got out, she wasn't considered a veteran, so she wasn't entitled to any benefits that our male veteran counterparts are receiving. 75 years ago, we've made a lot of changes, but let me tell you, we still have a lot more to go. But we also need our supporters. We need more than the 2 million women veterans. We need all of you to help support us. And how can you do that? So I'm going to take you back in 2014. I had just launched my first book, and I was doing some consulting, and I was doing some LinkedIn teaching and coaching and developing. But one of the things I was really looking for is an opportunity to connect with other women veterans in a professional setting. I wasn't interested in the traditional veteran legacy groups for many reasons. Still am not interested in some of the traditional veteran legacy organizations. So in Sacramento, I got about 20 women together at El Torito's. And from that day was a meetup. We'd meet up the 3rd Thursday of the month. Guess what? It continued to grow and grow. It turned into a business to where it turned into a nationwide organization where we connect women veterans with each other and resources. So again, starting just something as a hobby, it absolutely was a hobby, of connecting women to have this opportunity to be able to empower women. I know we've talked about that, and sometimes that empowerment word gets overused. And Kieran touched on it too, as far as when we talk about women that have transitioned and understanding their worth. A lot of women don't understand that worth. So how can you help our women veterans? Yes, thank you for your service in November. It's great. Thank you, Outback, for the Bloomin' Onion, free Bloomin' Onion. But there's so much more we could do for not only just our women, but also our men. But I'm here to talk about the ladies. Hire them. Mentor them. Buy their products or services. Karen mentioned it too. There's women veterans are, if you look at business ownership, more women veterans are starting businesses. How can you find them? How can you help support these women? And one of the biggest things too, when we talk about women, I want you to remember one thing. If you see a woman and she's got an Army t-shirt on, don't automatically assume it's her husband's, because guess what? It could be her badass t-shirt she's wearing because it's hers because she earned that t-shirt. So talking about women entrepreneurship. So when I started this organization, I started talking to women and really understanding what is the need of women, because we all have transition stories, just like we all have different reasons we join the military. We all have different stories when we get out. Some of us, we may transition immediately, some may take a year. Some may have others, some may have children, some may have spouses. I mean, there's so many different things. But how can we continue to help these women, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship? Being a small business owner, how many business owners do we have in here? right? What is one of the biggest challenges of being a small business owner when you're first starting a business? What's that? Finding good help? Finance. Access to capital. Just think if you're a woman veteran trying to apply for a loan, you may have no credit score, you may have no experience. I mean, if you just got out of the military, you may not have all the things that a civilian might have. So that even becomes more difficult. So I'm sure a lot of you that have started a business, you may have, like myself, I refinanced my house, I used my credit cards, I took my 401k. I don't want our women veterans to do that. So I started the nonprofit it's part of Women Veterans Alliance called Women Veterans Giving. And year to date, we've given over $20,000 for a woman veteran to start or expand her business. This year, we're hoping to give at least 1 or 2 more women a check. And I always tell the ladies, I said, we're gonna give you actual check. So have the bank app on your phone, so that way when we give you the check, you can deposit it. So funds that we raise help infuse cash to our women veterans to help them start business. It's so important to give back. And that's definitely a way to empowerment. Yes, it's great to, if someone's standing over in the grocery store and give to veterans, but if you really want to make your dollar work and go to work for our women veterans, is to donate today. So that way it can go to Karen's organizations and my organization, so we can put that money directly back into our women who have proudly served our country. So thank you all very much.